Inside the Oakville Fire Training Campus, things are kicking off as Oakville Fire Department staff brief their Camp Molly participants and family members on the weekend's events. Fire Chief Durden, Deputy Chief Belair, and Oakville MP Pam Demoff were present to welcome the 25 Camp Molly campers for the first time ever. On day one of fire training, things got heated as firefighter Sean Matheson led a live demonstration of a burning house. The campers watched as crew members deployed tactics to put out the fire and pull the victim out.
So my vision for Camp Molly is that someday I never get asked again this question. So what's it like to be a female in a male-dominated trade? I would measure the success of Camp Molly in its first year if just one of these girls said, I can do this. This is for me. I don't really have a huge comparison because I've always worked with men. Being in the fire service from 19, I've never worked in a female environment, but I absolutely have had a wonderful career, and I absolutely love the people that I work with today.
One of my friend's dads is actually a firefighter in Toronto at Pearson Airport. He's one of the chief people, and he said to me, like, I know you're interested in fire services, and there's this camp that's really interesting, and it's for young girls 15 to 18. I love working in a team and like helping people in the community. I really see the purpose, and I really love the idea of making the difference, being the person that like makes a change and like for the better. I really want to build relationships with people and learn a bit more about the job, kind of like the outline rather than just like, I would just think it's just a firefighter, but like really when you get into it you realize that there's so many different career pathways and things that are so much broader, and there's so many different things that you can go down and kind of like learn about so many different careers. Showing women that like they can do it and they will do it, and like getting them into the service is super important. They're such great role models, honestly. Like I look up to them and I see them in their bunker gear, and like it has their name on the back and the station that they're from. It's just like so inspiring, and I would love to see myself in one of those one day, and like I don't know, these really inspire me, and like seeing all the other young girls who have the exact same passion as me and like the love to help the community is just, it's so great.
As the day carried on, campers got a taste of different areas of the fire service, with lessons taught by professionals in their field on fire dispatching, prevention, investigations, and suppression.
I think Camp Molly is important because the whole goal of Camp Molly is to like get the point through that like women can do anything they want as well, because like obviously like several years ago like it was all men firefighters. So I think the whole goal of Camp Molly is to just like let women know like you don't have to be like a male to do what you want, like women are just as capable. From this weekend, my favorite thing was probably like the confidence maze that we did. I thought that was super interesting. Just like I didn't realize that firefighters really had to like, I guess, go through all that. Like obviously I know their job is hard, but I didn't realize that like going through all like the different like wires and stuff was like actually as difficult as it is, like with the pack plus like having air on, which we didn't. So it's just like a lot more difficult than I thought it would be. Camp Molly's like helped me figure out like exactly what it's like and to like figure out if I actually want to go into it. I think I do want to go into it. It's helped me like see exactly what they do rather than me just like think, oh, they just fight fires. Like now I know that they do all this other stuff, all the training that's involved. So like I think it's helped me decide that like I definitely want to do something in fire services at some point in my life for sure.
My journey becoming a firefighter started when I was back in grade 10, so a couple years ago. I was a part of a female firefighter in training camp that was offered in Burlington. So I had no ties to the fire service. My parents actually read a newspaper ad and said, hey, you're really athletic, you know, you like to be hands-on, why don't you try the camp out? So I did, and after that weekend I was really interested, and then I started, you know, researching the career, kind of lit the fire underneath me and got me going. So that's kind of how I got started. Yeah, I think Camp Molly is really great because it's promoting women in the fire service and emergency services, and it's great because yes, we've made movements, but I still don't think there is a big enough change. When I wrote for Hamilton in the fall, I thought there was women because of my schooling. We had girls in my program, but then it was really eye-opening when I wrote that exam and I walked in and there was 300 people and 3 of them were women. So it kind of put it into perspective, like, whoa, yes, we've made movement, but it's still not as advanced as we would like.
My mom actually found an ad for it in the newspaper, and she thought it would be a good idea since I always had an interest in the fire services, and my dad being a captain in Toronto for the Toronto Fire Services. I just thought it would be a really neat experience and a good idea. I like the idea of how firefighters are community heroes and how they're running into the burning building when everybody else is running out, and how they're helping people every day, whether they're in prevention to dispatch to being the firefighters on the actual truck. I think it's really noble. I always had an interest in firefighting because of my dad, and he'd have really neat stories of the differences he has made in other people's lives. And I love working in a team environment, team setting, and coming here and getting to apply athleticism into a team and learning new things about safety, fire prevention is just a really cool experience that I've always wanted to be a part of. Camp Molly is so important because it empowers young women to try new things and allows them to see women role models in a potential career path for them that they may have never considered before.
As the sun sets on day 2 of Camp Molly, the campers are eager to get some rest after a long day of challenging activities and empowering speeches. The campers now look forward to the final day's graduation.